Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrance and I'm here in three different capacities. I am the president of the California Lawyers Association. I am also director of Region 9 of the National Bar Association, and I am vice president north of the California Association of Black Lawyers. Michele was incredibly important, not only to me, but so many folks in the legal community. It was Michele who really paved the way for so many of us. Michele was one of the first Black women to lead one of the largest sections of the State Bar of California. She was the chair of the criminal law section. And it was because of the foundation that she laid and the incredible work that she did that she paved the way for me to become the first Black president of the California Lawyers Association. There would be no me standing up here if it had not been for her and the incredible work that she has done advocating for justice all across the state. I first had the honor of meeting Michele during legislative day for the California Association of Black Lawyers. And it is a time when we go to the state capitol and we advocate for policies to help underserved and underprivileged communities, in particular, the African American community. And I saw her passion for justice. I saw her passion for righteousness as she would challenge members of the legislature to make sure that they were putting in place policies that would help our people. She was well prepared. She had researched the legislation, she had researched the policies, and I saw her in action advocating to make sure that those bills that were essential to our community found a way through. She also made sure that the rest of us were prepared. She would outline, along with Diane Jackson McLean, to make sure that we knew what to say when we got there, who to approach. It was always well organized. It was always very focused. And I remember this was a couple of years ago when Michele was the chair of the California Women Lawyers annual meeting in San Francisco. She had reached out to me and she asked me to be part of a racial justice panel that they were having in San Francisco. And I told her, well, on the day of this particular panel discussion, I have an oral argument in LA Superior Court. I'm not sure if I can make it. And she said, no, I need you on this panel. And the folks need to be part of this discussion about racial justice, and I need you to do everything possible to be there. So I remember after my court hearing, I got a ride from my father to LAX. I was just minutes away from them closing the gate. I was running through the airport trying to get to that gate. I'm like, Lord, don't let them close the gate. I don't want to disappoint Michele. I got there just before they closed the gate. Got to San Francisco, got to the hotel, got there just before it started. And she was so appreciative. She was so grateful. And she was part of that discussion that we had that day. And I would like to say that of all the many presentations that I have been part of all the many discussions that I have had regarding racial justice issues, that particular day was one of the most impactful that I have been part of. We had a real discussion about our community and what we need to do and where we need to go, and she facilitated that. She was also important nationally as part of the National Bar Association, making sure that the great work that she did here in Los Angeles was replicated across the region and across the nation. She had that kind of impact. And so as we remember her, we need to understand that she was not just a voice crying out in the wilderness here in Southern California, but that voice reverberated all across the country. And it is now on us to continue the great work that she did. It is now on us to build on the foundation that she laid, because we are in a critical moment in American history. And it would be a shame for all of the great work that she did to just sort of drift away in the ether. It is time for us to join together in her memory, in her honor, in appreciation of the sacrifice that she made, and continue the fight for justice, continue the fight for equality, continue to fight for women and people who are underprivileged and underrepresented, because that is who she was, and that is what this is all about. I want to thank the family. I want to thank you for being her legacy and for all that you've done, and know that she built not only in you, but values in all of us to continue to do this great work. Much love on behalf of the California Lawyers Association, the National Bar Association, and the California Association of Black Lawyers. We love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you. And most importantly, we thank Michele for her amazing legacy. God bless.